Following data shows the volume of two types of meat exports from New Zealand between 1984 or 85 and 1997 or 98. So exports from New Zealand, this is in 1,000 tons. So each figure represents 1,000 tons. So for year 1984 or 85, veal and beef was 222,000 tons exported, and lamb and mutton was 496,000 tons exported. For 1985 or 86, beef and veal was exported. The volume was 193,000 tons, and the volume of lamb and mutton exported from New Zealand was 448,000 tons. And for the very last year, the data collected is from 1997 or 98. The volume of the beef and veal exported from New Zealand is 365,000 tons, and the volume of lamb and mutton meat exported from New Zealand is 352,000 tons. So display this time series using a line graph, both series on the same graph, and describe the trends observed. So let's go to an empty sheet, insert, click on insert, click on chart, and for the chart type, select the line chart. For the data range, let's select all the data range. Including the title. Okay, so we have this. Now let's move this to on sheet. Move to on sheet, and let's do some changes to this graph. For the chart and axis title, for the chart title, enter the title text, major meat exports. From New Zealand, (1984 to 1998). Then enter the vertical axis title. For the title text, the volume and 1,000 tons. For the horizontal axis, enter the title text here. For the legend, beef and veal and lamb. Now let's show the data points. So when you click on the any line graph, it gives you the data point option. The point size, select 7px, and same for the other line graph. Click on the other line graph, and for the point size, select 7px. Let's change the point shape for the blue line. Let's change it to triangle. Let's make it a little bigger. Let's choose 10px. Okay. So now what does this show? Let's do some changes on the vertical axis. For the grid lines and text, choose vertical axis, major spacing type, select step, and major step type 100. Remove the major grid lines. Show the tick marks by selecting major text. For the horizontal axis, now select horizontal axis under grid lines and text and click on major text. Now this shows that lamb and mutton exports, which is in red. Now let's move this to okay. Let's close the editing chart. So we look at the graph. Now the lamb and mutton exports, the red graph, shows that it is trending downwards with a leveling out since 1993 or 94. Over the same period, beef and veal, which is the blue graph, line graph, exports are steadily increasing. Now let's go back, go to the next question. Is there any conclusion between beef or veal exports and lamb or mutton exports? So first we need to plot the scatter plot of beef or veal exports and lamb or mutton exports, and describe how the two variables are related. So let's go to the empty sheet. Let's click on Insert, Chart, and for the chart type, let's select Scatter. For the data range, let's select the data range. So we want the two columns, beef and veal and lamb and mutton. Okay, so if you place a cursor anywhere on the data points, it shows that the vertical axis is lamb and mutton, and so the horizontal axis is beef and veal exports. Let's label the vertical axis and the horizontal axis. Click on Customize, Chart and Axis Title. Horizontal axis title, let's type beef and veal exports, and that is in 1,000 tons. And for the click on vertical axis title, type the title text as lamb and mutton exports 1,000 tons. Okay, let's move this to on sheet. Let's make changes to grid lines and text. So click on grid lines and text. Select vertical axis. let's choose major spacing type as a step, and major step has 50. Let's remove the major grid lines. Let's show major ticks. And for the horizontal axis, let's choose the major stepping type as step. And for the major step, let's select 50. And remove the major grid lines and add the major ticks. Okay. So now for the chart and axis title, let's add the main title, the chart title. Title text, let's put lamb and mutton exports versus beef and veal exports. (1984) to 1998. For the horizontal axis, let's choose the minimum is say 100 and the maximum say 400. Let's 100 was too below. Let's select 150. 150 to 400. And for the vertical axis, the minimum, let's select 200. And for the maximum, let's select 550, 550. And now we can select 250. Okay. So what does this show? This shows that as expected, the lamb and mutton exports it decreases as the beef and veal exports increase. So the lamb and mutton exports decrease as the beef and veal exports increase.